2 weeks ago, I posted on my community tab asking my subscribers what the worst book they had ever read was. I was going to use the answers for that in a reading vlog, seeing if I agreed if they were really the worst. That was until I got one particular answer that really piqued my interest. And that was my one subscriber saying that the worst book they had ever read was titled, and I'm shitting you not, nothing could have prepared me, Beauty and the Beefcake. The title alone had me very intrigued, but some of the additional details that they listed about this book had me even more intrigued. And I've said to myself, I'm going to put this eventual vlog on pause because I need to investigate Beauty and the Beefcake. And when I tell you nothing could have prepared me for what I was about to endure, I truly do mean that. It was genuinely insane, and as such has led us back to where it always does. All roads lead to Rome, and Rome is this wall. So sit back, grab a snack, buckle your seatbelt because you are going to get trauma-inducing amounts of whiplash from the shit that happens in this book, and just enjoy while I recount to you the events of Beauty and the Beefcake by Pippa Grant. But before we do that, I want to give a shout out to today's sponsor, Firmoo. Firmoo is an eyeglasses company that strives to make finding your perfect pair of glasses easy and affordable. They have innumerable options for frames to choose from in tons of different shapes and colors. Know your prescription and need some new frames? Go to Firmoo. Just input what your prescription is, and they will put it into the frames that you want. Don't have a prescription and just want some glasses anyways? You can get some at Firmoo too. Want to get some glasses, but you're unsure if this specific color or shape will look good on you? Firmoo's got that covered as well. You can go onto their website, upload a picture of yourself, and they will show you what you would look like with those specific frames on. Firmoo was kind enough to send me my own pair of glasses. These glasses specifically protect against blue light. So if you are like me and you read ebooks on your laptop or your phone, to protect your eyes from blue light, these are great. I will be wearing these pair to look at my notes and read passages off of my laptop to protect my eyes. If you want to get your own pair of Firmoo glasses, check them out in the link provided in the description of this video and use this code on screen to get a discount off of your first purchase. Thank you once again to Firmoo for sponsoring this video, and let's get into this now. So Beauty and the Beefcake is actually book 3 in an interconnected standalone series, which I'm not reading the others, okay? Do not make me do that. All of these books revolve around the love lives of this fictional NHL team, and they all have equally fucking stupid titles. Allow me to read you some of them. The Pilot and the Puck Up, Royally Pucked, Charming as Puck, and I Pucking Love You. I don't know about you guys, personally, I cannot stand it when hockey romances censor the word fuck with puck. That shit is corny as puck. My cat is... Hold on. Can you see her? Hello? I'm trying to film a video in G. I know. Chapter 1, we are introduced to our FMC, Felicity. Felicity is really going through it. She is going through a tough breakup right now, and the way that this book opens is her ex getting revenge on her. And pause the video right now and take a guess how you think he is going to enact this revenge. Got it? Got it locked into your brain? Keep that in your brain. Okay, just keep it locked in there. It is a falsehood universally spread across the globe that a single woman in possession of a house, a job, sort of, and boobs must be in want of a dickhead to fuck with her brain. First sentence of the book. Already I've had enough. Felicity goes on to explain to us what her ex-boyfriend did to fuck with her brain after this breakup. Remember what you guessed before? Okay. Grand prize to whoever guessed sugar cookies piled all the fuck over my grandmother's teeny strip of front lawn. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is correct. Felicity's ex-boyfriend, whose name is Doug, by the way. Remember my King of Wrath video when I said you can always tell who the real MMC is going to be and who the ex-boyfriend is going to be just by their names? You know that test where they show you like two shapes and it's like which one is Kiki and which one is Blabo? Which is the name of the MMC in this book, Dante or Heath? Without any knowledge of this book, you can tell. You can just tell. With a name like Heath Arnett, there was never a chance for this man. Not in the universe of romance novels. Of course the ex-boyfriend's name is fucking Doug. Being from the great autonomous nation of Southern Ontario, all I could think about was Doug Ford. Doug here bakes copious amounts of penis-shaped sugar cookies and dumps them on her grandmother's lawn. And when I say copious amounts of sugar cookies, I genuinely mean that. In the book, it describes them as like barrelfuls, thousands of them. Every single one shaped like shaft and balls. This already brings up a host of questions, right? How much did this guy pay for thousands of sugar cookies? How did he transport said thousands of sugar cookies? Why sugar cookies? Like, of all things, why not go the traditional route? Throwing eggs at her house. TPing her front trees, you know? Why her grandma's place? The fuck did her... Well, we're gonna get into grandma in a minute. There are just so many questions about this opening scene and this opening thing with the sugar cookies that does not ever get answered. Make peace with the fact that nothing about this gets explained at all. Not only did he do this, but he did this on a day when it was pouring rain. So the peen cookies are just turning to mush on her grandma's lawn. Felicity has called her 3 friends who are like less than irrelevant. I'm not actually sure why I printed a picture of them to help with this cleanup. And she also called her older brother, I don't remember, her brother, Nick. Nick plays for the city's NHL team, which is called the Copper Valley Thrusters. Yeah. If that doesn't immediately give you an indication about, what we're about to read, I don't know what does. So Nick comes along, and Nick brings one of his teammates named Aries. Yes, that is his name. Aries is going to be our MMC. Now, I have read many a romance book at this point. I've encountered many an MMC. Okay, all of them range from, like, the really good, Blackwell, who's another decent MMC? The guy from Direbound, I guess. But I've also read my fair share of, like, really shitty MMCs. You know, the Cross Reddens and Chase Stearns of the universe. Aries does not fall on the spectrum anywhere. He is on a tangent line way out here. Hockey players don't scare me. Aries Berger, which is an awful name, by the way. He turns my insides to jelly. Fuck on a fuck sandwich, I mutter. Yes, we are encountering once again Zodiac Academy humor. Violently millennial shit incoming. Just get prepared for that. Fuck on a fuck sandwich. Coffee spelled backwards is EFOC, because I don't give EFOC until I have my coffee in the morning. Da, da, da. Anyways, Aries is described as this big, hulking wall of a man. I mean, obviously the book is called Beauty and the Beefcake, so you would expect this guy to be muscly. He is so muscly to the point you would think that he is injecting steroids into his asshole. The whole gang starts helping with the cleanup of the lawn sugar cookies. and we learn a bit more about these characters. Aries also plays for the Thrusters. I hate that so much. Like, I get it. There are, like, shitty sports teams names. I'm an MLB fan. There are 3 teams named after socks. Thrusters is so bad. So bad. But he is currently on the IL because he, like, hurt his ankle really badly. But he's currently not playing because he can't go on the ice, right? Felicity here is quite the multifaceted character in many different ways. She is a physical therapist who really wants to work as the team therapist for the Thrusters. Like, she wants to work with her brother. She wants to work on this team so badly that she applied to be the Zamboni driver, and they rejected her. So she has no hope, and just works in a regular physiotherapy office, right? However, the way she goes on to talk about this is so weird, which would hurt my chances of ever getting a spot on the Thrusters physical therapy staff. So even if I wasn't a diehard Thrusters fan, secretly thrilled to be related to one of their hottest players, and by hottest, of course, I mean talented, not hot, because that's gross. Riddle me this, Batman. Why would you assume that we would think that you are attracted to your brother? Why would you not just reword it to be related to one of their most talented players? Did we have a word count we needed to hit? Like, and this is something that comes up weirdly a lot in this book. This, like, we are totally not doing incest. We weren't assuming that incest was gonna happen. Honestly, this is like the least of this book's problems, okay? It goes downhill from here. So, Felicity and her brother Nick get to talking. Felicity is actually currently taking care of her grandmother's house, Gammy. And Nick is really concerned for his sister. This guy, Doug, like, as fucking stupid as baking thousands of sugar cookies and dumping them on her lawn is, like, it was still clearly, like, kind of a threat, and he's afraid for her safety. So Nick tells Felicity, you need a roommate or someone to live with to, you know, keep you safe if this Doug guy comes back again and tries to hurt you. Who do you think the roommate is going to be? Mr. Lean Beef Patty here is moving in. Without her consent, by the way. He just came, packed his bags, already setting up shop in Gammy's house. Look, I read The Wrong Move last year, and that book sucks, okay? Don't believe what they say on TikTok. That book is trash. And it has the same kind of thing, like with ridiculous circumstances leading to the main characters becoming roommates, right? And it was stupid in that book, too. This... at least The Wrong Move didn't have, you know, the inciting incident is dick-shaped sugar cookies. This is where we get into... how do I put this? Aries having brain damage. They're discussing this in the living room or whatever. One of Felicity's friends tries to start a conversation with Aries. That ankle hurt much? Marin asks Aries in the kitchen. Orange, he answers. You don't have much time to process what the fuck just happened? Because, hey, by the way, Aries has a pet monkey. At no point did I have, like, any idea where this book was headed. Truly, I tell you, I had no idea what was going to happen next. And every new piece of information that drops was insane. And like, we're not done yet. We are nowhere near done. Aries brings in his fucking pet monkey, which is like his emotional support animal. And Felicity is like, great, I have to live with this Beefcake and a primate. All right, yeah, this is my life now. Yep. Next chapter, she's thinking about this whole situation to herself. She's going over it in her head, and she's coping with this new change. And you're not gonna guess how she does this. I'm venting to myself like I always do. Not fuming venting, but ventriloquist venting. Yes, that's right. This girl is like part-time ventriloquist. Why? For fun, I guess. God forbid a bitch have hobbies, you know what I mean? No, actually, God forbid, because this gimmick of her having these ventriloquist puppets and doing these voices gets so tiring. You know that random kid in like middle school who would start speaking in a British accent mid-sentence just to like be quirky? That's Felicity, but she does it with her ventriloquist dummy voices. The whole book. The whole book. Random situations, she will start talking like this. And again, chapter 2, let's go over what we have learned. Chapter 2 so far. This is a hockey romance, by the way. Dick-shaped sugar cookies by the barrelfuls, pet monkey, steroid abuse, and ventriloquist puppets. Gods go to heaven, go to hell. I vent in my Lucy the cat voice, and yeah, I'm forcing the Lucy cheer. She's my hockey-loving, see the bright side of everything cat puppet. Because now I'm fuming and practicing without, fuck. Felicity goes down into the kitchen, gets herself some breakfast. She sees that Aries is there. Once again, she tries to start conversation, just like one of her friends did earlier. Sleep okay? I ask. Corn, he answers. What do you say to that? Like, So after dropping, that truth nuke, I guess, Aries sits down at the kitchen table, sitting in one of the wooden chairs. This is where we get really into how big and impossibly beefy this man is. Like, we gotta check what's in his protein powder. He cracked the wooden chair. He is so big and beefy and muscly and heavy that he sat down in a wooden chair and it started cracking apart. Yeah, okay. Felicity starts to, like, really analyze Aries and, like, his inbred pitbull appearance. Aries' eyes land squarely on mine, an unexpectedly brilliant and intense blue. Of course it's blue! Why, it's always blue eyes. I'm fucking sick and tired of it. Intense blue hiding beneath the solid ridge of his brow. Heat creeps over my chest and makes my mammary glands swell. Go to a doctor. Go to a doctor right this instant. If your mammary glands are swelling, if you can feel them swelling, go to a doctor this instant. Get a breast exam, get like an x-ray, an ultrasound, something ain't right. We then are gifted with reading the next chapter in Aries' point of view. Turns out he actually can speak in full sentences. He just chooses to give random one-word answers for the love of the game. I don't know. He LARPs having CTE for some reason. And when I first read this, I thought that was just fucking stupid. But now that I'm going through this and I'm realizing, like, what was the point of this? What was the point of having him pretend to have like a neurological disability? It serves no purpose to the story. It's very hard to read, especially when it is not framed as an actual disability. Like, it's just intentionally supposed to make him look quirky. Felicity has to go to work at the physiotherapy clinic, and I genuinely don't know why. Genuinely no idea. Aries comes with her. This is a grown-ass man who is not disabled, by the way. He goes with her to the clinic and just, like, sits in the lobby all day waiting for her to be done. And he brings the fucking monkey with him. Look, I'm not up to date with, like, the regulations of, like, OSHA or, like, workplace safety. I'm fairly certain you cannot bring fucking monkeys into a physiotherapy clinic. As they're getting ready to, go to the clinic, Aries is thinking about Felicity. There are two kinds of women in the world. Women I can sleep with, and women I can't. She's in the can't column. Like my friend Gracie, she's Manning's, having his baby. My sister, again, with the we're not doing incest here. Why the fuck Why the fuck? Like, no shit, your sister is in the I can't sleep with her column. Why the fuck would you need to specify that? They get into Felicity's car to drive to her clinic, right? And he is so big and fucking beefy that I shit you not, he has trouble fitting into her car. Genuinely, what the fuck are we doing? We get into this subplot where Felicity's ex-boyfriend, Doug, they used to, like, share an apartment together before she, like, moved into Gammy's house. And she left one of her puppets behind in his house, and she, like, wants to get the puppet back. Swear on Gammy's ghost, if he hurts my puppet, I really might resort to carrying knives. Gammy's ghost. Keep that in the back of your head. Okay? It's been Lord knows how many days of Aries and Felicity being roommates, and the mass of Dick sugar cookies is still just sitting on the lawn. I get, like, they tried to clean it up, but I guess they couldn't, and now they're only... Aries is addressing it now. Reminder that his ankle is all fucked up, and he should not be, like, walking on it, but he ignores that advice. Reminder that Felicity is giving it to him, and she's a licensed physiotherapist, but, you know. Crimes against cookies. Guy who did this should be shot. Not fond of who dumped cookies. Could have eaten these. Fed starving monkeys in South America. Made them into art. Starving monkeys in South America. I don't think the monkeys in, like, the Amazon rainforest eat sugar cookies. I just don't think that that's naturally in their diet, but hey, what do I know? She gets home, she's already, you know, quite upset about her puppet being at Doug's house still. And she's frustrated with the fact that this beef brain is not taking any of her medical advice. She tells him, please come inside, get off of your ankle, actually take care of yourself if you want to start getting back on the ice and playing hockey again. He refuses by, like, giving her a Daryl Dixon grunt, which is really just how he communicates throughout the majority of this book. She says something along the lines of, like, you're gonna make me cry out of frustration right now. He deadass looks her in the eyes. No cry, I grunt. Are you a caveman? What is happening here? She eventually gets him to, you know, get inside the house. But this is not, like, the first time that he has been refusing to take care of his ankle. Like, when he was at the clinic, he was walking all up on it, like, wandering the place when he shouldn't have been. And she's getting very frustrated. So, turns out Aries has a twin brother named... Take a guess right now. Zeus. She calls Aries' brother Zeus. Your brother's not listening to any medical advice. I don't know how to get through to him. Like, could you talk to him over the phone right now? Talk to your brother. Beef. Not until you talk to your brother. And if you don't take this call, I'm going to call your sister, and then your mother, and then your coach, and don't think I won't do it. I don't even need your phone. I have friends, Berger. I have friends all over the NHL. Suck, I grunt at her. They start playing, like, word association game with each other, or whatever this is. The call with his brother is fruitless, okay? He still does not care about actually healing his ankle at all. Her ex-boyfriend Doug comes around again at some point and does something, like, harasses her, threatens her, I don't know. So she goes to the police station and files a police report against him. Something about being familiar with jail cells and having enough cash to post bail if defending a woman from a stalker is a crime here in Southern Virginia. That's a sentence, Which of course it isn't. Copper Valley is in the South. Southern Virginia, to be exact. Yeah, you said that 2 sentences ago. This is what I mean when I say, like, even on, like, a basic level, these books fail. When you have writing like this that on, like, a fundamental level is shitty, it's so hard. And a lot of books fall victim to this. Aries and Felicity are sitting in the living room watching TV with Loki, of course. I'm going to read you the entirety of this coke rant that Felicity ends up going on, because you need to, like, if I had to suffer through it, so do you. I'm sorry. You really like your monkey, don't you? Another look, and this time it's personal. Again, okay, sorry, I had to read this again. Again, this is what I'm talking about. Another look, and this time it's personal. And this time I blush from my chin to my roots. And this time it's personal. And this time I blush. Like, no, edit that sentence. Loki, I add quickly. Not your, I wave at his crotch. Lads, have y'all ever referred to your meat as a monkey? This is where I'm going to not say anything and just let you endure this rant.
Not because I can't say penis. I grew up with a brother who was very attached to his. And you can't work in physical therapy without being comfortable with body parts. So I've had to learn to be comfortable saying penis and vagina and ulna, which isn't dirty at all, but for some reason makes me think of vulva, which is one of those words you can't say in front of Gammy without getting a lecture about STDs and being sent away to birthing camp because good girls from good families didn't have sex and get pregnant. And my point is, I'd really rather not think about Aries' penis, because now I'm remembering all that movement under his sweatpants Monday morning in the kitchen, having a hot flashback to the sex Olympics that played out in my head while he was staring through me last night, and I'm wondering just how much Nick would kill me, or the both of us if I made a move, because he might be quiet, but I sincerely doubt he's celibate. Rumors went around that he hooked up with Liv Daniels last summer. I don't know if they're true or not, but I kind of hate her right now. Which is silly, because I'm not interested in Aries, just because he's injured and protective and more than a little mysterious, plus solid muscle and smells like cinnamon coffee cake today, doesn't mean I'm interested. Actually, it means I shouldn't be interested, because I'm reporting my ex-boyfriend for harassment today, and I have terrible taste in men. Aries is my brother's teammate. And given what Nick likes to do to my exes, clearly I have some hormone deficiency that makes me make stupid decisions in my love life. I need to be stronger than my hormones, but my IQ is no match for basic horny needs.
Holy yap fest, shut the fuck up! She goes to the police department, reports Doug for harassment, tries to get like a restraining order or whatever. As she's gone, Aries gets the puppet that Felicity left at his house. I don't remember how he gets this, it's not really important. But he gets the puppet, and now all of the puppets are reunited. Huzzah. Felicity comes home, sees that he does this, and she thinks like, oh, this is such a sweet gesture. I am going to think about how much I want that monkey. Sparks explode all over my scalp and my breasts tingle. Not only do you have breast cancer, you have psoriasis. Please book an appointment with your doctor. So remember how I said that I want you to keep in mind the whole Gammy's ghost thing? So her grandma's house may or may not be haunted. Just in case you needed yet another batshit insane thing to be included in this novel, Felicity gets up to, like, go get a drink of water or whatever, and mysteriously, without anything, without any possible force, the door, like, slams in her face, and she gets a nosebleed from it, like, slamming into her nose. And she's like, ow, fuck, damn it, Gammy! As if the ghost of Gammy just shut this door in her granddaughter's face. This wakes up Aries, who goes to check and see if she's okay, and wouldn't you know it, he sleeps naked! I can't do this anymore, He's chiseled with dimples at the base of his spine, muscles rippling as he limps out the door, turning sideways to fit in. Alright, okay. We're gonna take an intermission for a second. You're telling me that this man is so beefy and muscly and wide that he cannot walk straight through a fucking doorway? We're doing an experiment. This is a measuring tape. We are going to measure my shoulders right now, okay? the width of my shoulders. That's 0. So here. 17 inches, give or take. Let's measure the width of my door. You still see me? Okay. 0 inches starting there. The door is about 30 inches from here to here. You're telling me that this guy's shoulders are this big? This is 31 inches. Well, like from here. This is 31 inches. You know what? My dad is a pretty, like, tall guy and has pretty broad shoulders. And he can walk through this door no problem. So we're going to do a little experiment right now. We are going to go measure the width of my dad's shoulders right now. Hi, what are you watching?
A movie? What's up?
Can I do something for the sake of the video for the audience? So I'm reading a book right now, and the main character, like, he's so big and beefy that, like, he can't walk through a door.
Are you putting me on camera?
No. So the main, like, male character, like, he is so, like, beefy and large that he has to turn sideways to walk in through door frames.
Okay, so it's Jack Reacher, yeah?
Yeah, so for the sake of the video, I measured my own shoulders and my own door frame, and I was like, you know what, I'm a woman, so can I measure the width of your shoulders?
About 44 inches.
What? Well, my door is 30. Do you also have to walk in sideways into my door? No. Or did I measure this wrong?
I think you measured it wrong. Let's get a measurement.
Wait, guys, this is serious.
That's a round. So half of that would be about 24, about 2 feet.
Like, I just did from shoulder to, like, across my chest.
And how much was that?
For me, it was 17.
All right.
This is quality content, guys.
This might be too dark.
No, I can see it.
All right.
With my cool new glasses. This is just very rough. It's like 19 and a half.
Oh, wow. Look at me slimming down.
Yeah.
Now, why don't we do this? I have a tape measure, and I will measure the width of a standard door.
I already did that in my room, but we can do the basement door.
And what did you come up with?
Like 30 inches.
So
give or take.
What's the point of all this?
Because in the book, the main male character, he's like so beefy and large that he can't, like, he has to turn sideways to go through door frames.
32 inches.
Yeah.
Okay,
so his
would be a standard doorway.
So his shoulders are bigger than 32 inches.
So
that's how many steroids he's on.
Okay, my finger is at 32 inches. This is how, do you have to back up? Have you got all that?
Oh, yeah.
This is how wide the shoulders are of our protagonist.
This is on like an industrial measuring tape, not like my dinky.
How tall is he?
I have no idea. It doesn't. We don't get definitive measurements. That's why I'm doing this.
What if he's like 5'5" in this? Like,
what
if he is
no
literally
idea.
square feet? But he's probably not.
No.
He's probably
like 7 feet.
He's probably
tall.
6. Well, that's high. So maybe, how tall are you?
I'm 5'8".
Okay, so if she's 5'8", 6 feet is maybe, I don't know, somewhere up here. So these are the dimensions that we're talking about.
Okay. Thank you.
Who wrote this?
I don't know.
Has the author ever met a human male?
That's what I'm wondering, honestly.
Happy to have helped.
Thank you. Finally, blissfully, the two of them begin to make out with each other. And of course, it is written in the most mind-numbingly embarrassing way. His lips brush mine, smooth and firm, and a whole butterfly garden takes flight in my belly. Things are getting really hot and heavy. It's looking like it's going to escalate into sex, but Felicity gets it into her head that, like, if she and Aries start some kind of, like, relationship, even if it's like a casual hookup type of thing, her brother Nick will genuinely murder her. So how does Felicity, break this up, stop this from progressing any further. She, of course, busts out the ventriloquist voice mid-makeout sesh. So awkward, I vent as Lucy. You know what cures awkward? Ice cream, except Felicity doesn't have any because she's dairy-free. How about a soy protein bar? Protein's important for recovery. I'm skipping over so much that happens. Happens is a very generous word because honestly, it's just total filler. But regardless, you know, despite fearing that Nick will commit double homicide against these two people, they do end up banging. The only thing I have highlighted in this scene, because it goes on for like two chapters, is near the end in Felicity's point of view, where she says, and I quote, "Riding a dolphin of pleasure down the waterfall of Island."
I just wanna be part of your.
Like, you're describing the aesthetics of a Zara Larsson song. Like, if the 2025 Colorado Rockies had a writing style, this would be it. It's horrendous. Next chapter, they go to, like, the hockey rink where they play. Aries brings the fucking monkey with him to the hockey. Like, I don't know the policies on what you can bring to, like, say the Scotiabank Arena. I don't think pet monkeys are on there. Nick is there, and so is the rest of the team, and we get introduced to some of the other players on the team. And like every interconnected romance series ever, these characters exist as either setup for future installments where it'll follow their romance, or as Easter eggs from previous books. Nick's glaring at Aries. Behind him, Duncan Lavoie and Manning Frey. Yes, Prince Manning are watching me. Manning doesn't get a picture because I think he appears in like one scene. I had to look this up because, yes, Prince Manning is a genuine thing. So in one of the previous books in this series, because remember, this is book like 3 out of 5, I think. One of the characters on this fictional Virginian thrusters team is like the 17th child in this king of this fictional European nation. God, where have I heard this one before? But I think it's supposed to be somewhere in like Northern Europe, like Sweden, Norway, somewhere around there. So because he is like the youngest of like 43, this character, Manning, decided, fuck this, I'm going to America and I am playing professional hockey. Fuck it, sure. Honestly, why not? At this point, that's kind of the least insane thing that we have encountered in this book so far. Later, they get back from the game and they go back to Gammy's house and they, of course, have to bang again. And this sex scene lasts, no joke, 3 chapters. How many pages is that, Nishi? I hear you ask. Let's take a count. 26 pages. In case you forgot that this was, in fact, a hockey romance. The team then has to go through some, like, media training because of how ass they are. It's like the White Sox putting out that milkshake to distract you from the fact that they lost 121 games. Okay, I'm just gonna skip over a bunch of shit because it doesn't matter. So Felicity accepts to do an interview with like the team social media manager to like further promote them. And the interview is her talking about, you know, what it's like being the sister of Nick, being the sister of this famous NHL player. So she does that, and of course, she does it in the fucking puppet voices, and then gets into a fight with her brother over, like, her falling for Aries. She decides to just, like, go take a walk around the block to clear her head, and then all of a sudden Doug shows up, violating his restraining order. Felicity ends up socking Doug in the face. Aries shows up out of nowhere. Mind you, this happens like within the course of like a page. Aries shows up out of like thin air. He and Doug get into a fight, and somehow, remember, this is the guy who is all muscle, all anabolic steroids. Doug beats the shit out of Aries. How this happens logically within all of the prior information given about his body type before, I don't fucking know. He has to go to the hospital to like get some stitches or whatever. And in the hospital, the monkey is there. Felicity and Nick fight again. They resume their argument. Nick loses because of course. Aries has this epiphany that like hockey isn't his life, Felicity is his life. So once he is discharged, they go home and they bang again, and then that's how the book ends. I genuinely don't know how to conclude this video. Like, that was an experience. I'm going to end it here because my camera is running out of battery and storage. But yes, if you enjoyed me recounting this bizarre fucking book and you want to see more videos like this, hit subscribe, hit like, comment, tap the bell, all of that YouTuber shit. Thank you once again to Firmoo for sponsoring today's video, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye for now.